The gospel passage today is from the Gospel of Luke, portions of chapter 10. After this, the Lord appointed 70 others and sent them on ahead of him in pairs to every town and place where he himself intended to go. He said to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Go on your way. See, I am sending you out like lambs into the midst of wolves. Carry no purse, no bag, no sandals, and greet no one on the road. Whatever house you enter, first say, 'Peace to this house.' And if anyone is there who shares in peace, your peace will rest on that person. But if not, it will return to you. Remain in the same house, eating and drinking whatever they provide, for the laborer deserves to be paid. Do not move about from house to house. Whenever you enter a town and its people welcome you, eat what is set before you. Cure the sick who are there, and say to them, 'The kingdom of God has come near to you.' But whenever you enter a town and they do not welcome you, go out into its streets and say, 'Even the dust of your town that clings to our feet we wipe off in protest against you.' You know this, the kingdom of God has come near." The 70 returned with joy, saying, "Lord, in your name even the demons submitted to us." He said to them, "I watched Satan fall from heaven like a flash of lightning. See, I have given you authority to tread on snakes and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will hurt you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven." So today we're talking about gifts. And so I think a lot of gifts may go unappreciated. Gifts within ourselves, maybe even gifts that we may not even detect in other people. But I want to celebrate the gifts, especially this homecoming Sunday, with the gifts that are here. And so what I'd like to do, because it's kind of like a sharing life together, and we need a little exercise, I'd like to, I'm going to come up with some ideas of ministries and missions and service. And when something triggers in you, something you've done in the past or are doing now, I invite you to stand. Okay? At least in spirit, and hopefully in bodily form if you can do that. Okay? Because you have... So, how many of you have ever taught Sunday school? You can remain standing. And then what I want you to do, if you come up with the next one, I'd like you to stand up on the... No. We'll go with what we got. So, how many of you have ever attended Sunday school? How many of you are parts of a team or a council or a committee or a board here or in the past? How about if you have volunteered at Jump or at the PA shop? Oh my goodness. How about Dismas House? And then, there's something else?
Small potatoes.
Small potatoes. Yay, small potatoes. How about cleanup day at the church? How about watering the garden? How about mowing the lawn? How about painting? How about singing in the choir? Have you ever sung in the choir? How about anybody ever sing and sang in the sanctuary? Anybody ever pray? reiterate Pentecostal here. Once it gets back, it's all over. Boy, she's back. Fantastic. So, there's so many things people do. You used to sing in the choir? Yeah? Wonderful. Was it fun? Yes. It's fun to use the gifts we have. But let me share with you, but you can be seated now. Some of you are on the ceiling already. Is that there's absolutely no one here that would have stood up for everything, as far as that. Right? But together, we stood for everything. Together, we were a whole group, community of faith. And so that's why we don't look at someone and say, boy, I wish I was like that person. That doesn't go very, very far. But we can say, wow, this is who I am. And that's what the inventory is about. It's not about saying, what should I do? What do people say I should be doing? Or what society expects of me? But this is who I am. And I can be used. I can be used by God. In the 8 o'clock service, the beauty is that this is the second service. We have 8 o'clock service. And I'll tell you, I won't mention names, but Michael Samara, just don't tell him I mentioned. So he gave me this card because he was talking about what I was talking about, something triggered him. And he says, community derives from 2 Latin words. And the verb of munio is to build, and the noun munius is gifts. And you add the prefix, cum, and it says build with gifts. And that's not a bad way to think about the church. It's building with the gifts it has, celebrating life. And so I believe that that's what we're called to do. Jesus sent 70 disciples, so there's some versions that say 72, but out into the world. And he did not say, Amy, I'd like you to go to 24 Spruce Street. Bill and Margaret are there, and they're cooking some fantastic chicken. You're going to enjoy it. I've already called ahead. They're all set for you, and you can arrive at 5 o'clock. You can stay overnight. They've got a bed free. He didn't say that. He said, go out into the village. Go out into the villages and discern for yourself where you need to go. Connect with people, but discern within yourself where to go. I'm not going to tell you. And you're not going with a purse or a bag or sandals or your AARP discount or your AAA or your debit card or your credit card. You're going out vulnerable and who you are, not covered with all of those coverings that we insulate ourselves with, to insulate ourselves against any possibilities. Get out there and touch the lives. And you can be a healing presence. Now, I want to share with you, if you've done any pastoral care training or anything, you realize that healing, we all can be healers. We may not be able to cure every situation, but each and every person can be a healing presence in the world. Everyone can. And it doesn't take super degrees and all of that. It just takes a presence. Walking over the threshold to connect with someone else and be vulnerable with them, be open. And I'll say humility and vulnerability is a fantastic door to connections. Because if we're kind of stuck with ourselves and with our noses in the air, it does not draw. It does not connect. There's always a disparity. But when we go there saying, hey, you're gifted, I'm gifted, none of us is gifted the same way, we're all special. And we're all God's children. So, this quote from Howard Thurman. Howard Thurman lived, born in 1899, died in 1981. But he's a civil rights activist, theologian, philosopher, and author. And he had this quote, and I want to read it. Don't ask what the world needs. Now, that's a surprising first line. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. And go and do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And that, so if we start looking at just the world's needs and saying, it's more of, who am I? Start right there with the Spirit within you, and then move out from there into the realm of life where you can connect and discern within yourself the Spirit and what am I called to do and be, and what thresholds can I go across to make a connection and a change in the healing presence, so that I can join with those disciples that came back and just celebrated life and said, wow, what we can do when we're out there. So I'm saying that when we look at that, and then we go back to Bobby's call to worship, which is 1 Corinthians 12, which is one of my favorite passages. That's why I said it. But, that everyone is gifted. We have a variety of gifts, varieties of service, but it's the same Spirit that ignites it in all people. And here's the catch, not the catch, but the exclamation point. It's not for just one person's good, or for our little tribe, or a little group. It is for the common good. It is for the common good of life. And as we grow in our faith, I believe those barriers that we set up, we all do it, those barriers of this definition, and this is our group, start to break down. And those lines that seem solid, all of a sudden become kind of dotted lines and become fading. And all of a sudden lines that we kind of separate even between Vermont and New Hampshire. You know what I'm talking about? Even those lines start to break. Or the United States and Canada. Or the United States and Mexico. All of a sudden, you think God looks at the world in ways with our dotted lines and our definitions? I certainly hope not. I think God just is embracing life, all children of God, brothers and sisters of ours. And as we grow in the faith, we extend that embrace, and we realize that all of us are gifted to share together, grow together. The church calls us into communities, calls us into being a body, but also calls gifts forward. And that's what this is about. So I'd like to invite you to spend a few minutes, and David will kind of give us a little background music. And I invite you to, if you haven't already, to fill out that goldenrod piece of paper, and we can return it in the offering plate. for the gifts that are around us and within us, we thank you. We thank you for calling us into communities. We thank you for allowing us to be part of who you are right here, right now. And as we go out into the world, we realize that we're not alone. The gifts are with us, and your gift of being is with us. Thank you for that Spirit and all gifts. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.